today we're doing the high-waisted flare leggings. We have the 2 back pieces, the 1 front piece because there's no front seam, the 2 waistband pieces, and the gusset. Now I'm using some really dark red shiny fabric, but I don't actually want the shiny side or the shiniest side on the outside. I actually want it on the inside so I can have this slightly deeper color. So as I'm sewing, you'll notice that I'm calling this side the right side and this side the wrong side, just because of how I would like to use the fabric. But that fully depends on what you would like to use. So I'm going to take this back piece with the front side facing up, the right side facing up. I'm going to take my gusset with the right side facing down and the point facing the top of the pants. I'm going to place it on this edge here and clip it in place. And I'm going to sew this section here. And along with that step, I am going to take my waistband pieces, place them right sides together, and sew these edges here. So we're going to sew these side seams here. So I've sewn the side seams here. Just use a thread that matches your project. I'm using a color that it looks a little bit more clear on camera. I use an overlocker as standard, but if you don't have an overlocker, you can just zigzag stitch for the entire garment. So I'm going to place the waistband off to the side. I'm going to take the other back leg piece. I'm going to open up the gusset piece there. I'm going to place this piece on top, clip at the top, and I'm going to clip this crotch point here to the gusset. And I'm going to clip all the way along. Now that I've clipped this, I'm going to sew all the way along here. Now when you get to this gusset piece, you want the seam allowance to be flat facing out. So that's all done. I'm going to trim off my overlocker tails. So that's what this is going to look like. Now we're going to place it right side facing up. We're going to take our front piece, place it right side facing down, and we're going to clip the side seams here. Now we're going to clip the middle seam as well. So we're going to place a clip on the point of the front crotch, and we are going to clip that to the middle of the gusset piece and clip all the way around. Now we're going to sew the side seams and this inner leg seam. That's all done. We're going to turn them the right way around, and we need to attach the waistband. So I have the front here. I'm going to mark the middle point. So there is a little tip of V there, but if you can't see that clearly, like if it looks flat, just fold it in half and put a clip on the halfway mark. Now we're going to take our waistband. We're going to fold it in half, wrong sides together, all the way around. Now I'm going to place some extra clips along here. Now we're going to place it above the top of the pants with the raw sides facing up. I'm going to take the top of the leggings, place it on the inside, and we're going to connect the side seams. Then we can open it up sideways, and then that will help us clip all the way around. There we go. Now one last check that we want to do before sewing this is that the waistband is sitting flat. Now you can see I have this little extra flap of fabric here. So I'm just going to unpin that, flatten it out, and then pin it. So I'm going to adjust as much as I need to make this lay flat. There we go. Now I'm happy that it's laying flat. I'll check the back. Amazing. So what we're trying to fix here is just that there's no, like twists or anything. because that can be sewn in and then the waistband's not going to sit flat. But that looks good, so I'm going to sew all the way around the edge. That seam's all done. I'm going to tie off this overlocker thread here. Now the very last step is to hem the bottom of these leggings. So you're going to fold them in 1.5 centimeters and do a straight stitch all the way around. Now there is this one section, see how it's a bit of a point? It's just going to create a little bit of excess fabric, so you do need to fold that down as you sew, but don't worry, I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. So I finished hemming the bottom. I've folded it in 1.5 centimeters and just done a straight stitch. Now when I got to this corner, there was a little bit of extra fabric, so I've just folded it in and sewn across the top, and that is how you're going to get a really nice and flat seam. Yeah, you can see the fold here. And then once you finish that, we're all done.